So we are looking at the decimal representation of the form 1 by 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, and so on. And Bhageshri ma'am made an observation that if you consider 1 by 3, it is 0.3 bar. And so here 3 is repeating. 3 is repeating, and 3 has just one digit. So the length of the repeating block is 1 here. If you consider 1 by 9, it is 0.1 bar, and this is again the repeating block is 1, and its length is 1. Now, when you consider the next power of 3, that is 1 by 27, the length of the repeating block happens to be 3. I don't know the decimal representation here. Okay. Next, if you take the next power of 3, it is 81. The length of the repeating block here happens to be 9. So here we can see some interesting pattern, the length of the repeating. Now, Gauri ma'am also observed this for 11. That's at 1 by 11. So 1 by 11 is 0.0909. So 0.9 repeating. Here the length of the repeating block is 2. And then if you consider 1 by 11 square, this is difficult to compute, but the length of the repeating block is 22. And for 11 cube, the length of the repeating block is 242. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here we see what 22 and 242 are. They're nothing but 11 into 2, and this is 11 into 11 into 2. So it is getting multiplied by 11. And the same thing happens for 13 also. So now this raises many questions.
So I checked for all numbers up to 1000. I just checked it. There are only 2 exceptions. One is 1 by 3 squared, and the other is 1 by 487 squared. Those are the only exceptions. Of course, I didn't check all powers, up to powers of 5 only, but up to 1000 all primes I checked, and these are the only 2 exceptions.
Oh, you checked all the primes?
Yeah.
Correct. Good thing that you only check primes. Okay, very interesting. This is a very wow. Okay. Fine. So this raises some questions, right? Like what questions does it raise? Yeah. Are you wondering anything?
Why? Why is it like this?
And except what is this 4000?
487. 487.
Wait a minute. What is this for? Is it a multiple of 3 by any chance? No. Oh, sorry, it's a prime, right?
Yeah.
Oh, 487 and 3 are exceptions. Very.
Only for power of 2.
Okay, and then afterwards, the same thing is again continuing, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So 487 behaves like 3, n minus 2 rather than n minus 1.
Okay. So the general property holds. Okay. So there are some exceptions. Okay. Fine. So Bhageshri ma'am,
yes.
Yamuna has joined. This is Sita ma'am's other sign-in. Any idea?
No, sir. I didn't try it. I didn't get time.
Fine. We will try now. That is why we are.
Has done 11th that block, no? Length of blocks. That also next one is for 11 raised to 4. It is 2662. Okay. So it is. I'm not getting that word. That number which reads in both the ways same.
Palindrome.
Oh, these are all palindromes. Okay,
palindrome.
palindrome. So palindrome.
It's also in a palindrome of 2's multiple. It is 222, 242, 2662.
I think
Correct,
that's
correct,
because of
correct.
11 maybe.
Hmm?
I think that's
No.
because of 11.
11, but it is of the form palindromes, no? Number
Yeah.
of repeating blocks.
Yeah,
See,
yeah,
first is 2, 222, 242, 2662.
yeah. Right. Yeah.
Maybe next 26862.
Oh, okay, fine. Right. Ragesh ma'am.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so now, how do you like calculate this value of 1 by 11 power 4, 1 by 11 power 5 and all? What do you do?
Next palindromes, which are multiples, digits are multiples of 2, I think.
No. But how do you calculate? How do you calculate this 1 by 11 power? How do you calculate 1 by 11 power 4?
In this only, mobile only.
Okay, mobile only. Okay.
We are getting 52 up to 100, or 100 digits we are getting there.
Oppa, 100 digits you're getting, yeah?
Yeah.
But then here the length of the repeat block is 2662, right? How do you get this?
No, I didn't get that. Ma'am told Shazam.
Okay.
I shared that.
Okay, fine. Now the thing is, in this length of the blocks, there's another pattern, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So palindrome is one thing.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you see, there's another pattern. Okay, so for 1 by 11 power 5, what do you predict the length of the block to be? What is your prediction?
2 into 11 to the power 0. 2 into 11 to the power 1, like that.
Exactly.
2 into 11 power 3. For 1 upon 11 to the power 1, it comes 11 to the power 0 and 2. Length of block.
Yes.
Is it?
I'll just cut short this. I'll just say one thing. I'll just point out one thing, and then we can continue.
Yeah.
So, one question. Is there any connection between? Now we will take a number 7. We'll take a number 7. Okay. Is there any connection between this number 7 dividing sequence of 9s and the length of the block? Is there any connection between 11 dividing a certain sequence of 9s and block length? For example, we'll take a small number. We'll take 3. So 3, the smallest sequence of 9s, it's a multiple of 3 is 9, right? And its block length is 1. For 11, the smallest sequence of 9s, which is a multiple of 11, is not 9 but 99. And the block length of 1 by 11 is 2. So my one general question, is there any connection between this and block length? We'll just try to see this for some time. If you get any insights, you can get back to me through chat. Or you can share your...
Sir, please repeat that.
Okay.
3, it is 1 by 3.
Okay, so now I'm asking, let us look at the smallest sequence of 9. So if you let us just consider all the possible sequence of 9s.
9.
Okay, let's just consider all the possible sequence of 9. So that is 9, 999, 999, 9,999, and so on, right? Now we will take 3, which is the smallest sequence of 9s, which is a multiple of 3, that is 9, right? I'm writing it here. And then if you look at the block length of 1 by 3, length of the repeating block of 1 by 3, it is 1. Okay. And then let us take this number 11. So 11, the smallest sequence of 9s, which is a multiple of 9, is 11 is 99. Okay. And the length of the repeating block of 1 by 11 is 2. Right? So question is there any connection between the smallest sequence of 9s, which is a multiple of the number, and the block length of 1 by n? N. Again.
Number of nines are there. How many 9 digits are there? That is the length of block.
That is the length of block, right? So, what is the connection? Can you try to show that? So we have a new participant today, Ravi Kiran.
Here, if you divide also, the answer is 142857. And 1 by 7 is 0.142587.
Wow.
I don't know.
What an observation. What an observation.
Sorry, I'm just jumping in without any background, nothing.
No
I missed the 2 sessions, but...
No problem. Feel free. Yeah, so if you have anything, you need not put in chat, you can just orally say it. Okay, take your time. Analyze. So, Preetha, the thing that you for 1 by 7, for 7, right? See, the same thing applies for 3 also, for 3 and for other numbers. There is one more question. So, for any number n, can you always find a sequence of 9s which is a multiple of n? That is another question.
What, sir?
For any number n, can you always find a sequence of 9s such that? Just write it down.
For any number n?
I'll just write it down. For any n, can you find a sequence of 9s which is a multiple of n?
So in this, the block length is the same as the number of 9s required to, which will be the multiple, right?
Is it okay? If yes, what is this bizarre connection?
Because for 7 it is no. It is 142587. That is 6. You need 6 9s. So and the block length is 6. The repeating length will also be 6. I think we observed that in 1 by 7. No, it is 142587.
For 1 by 3, what is happening? Okay, we are observing, right? For
1 by 3, it is 0.3. So block length is 1.
Okay, yeah, that is.
For 9, 1 by 11, it is 09, 09, 09, 09. It is repeating like that.
Yeah. So what is this way? What is this bizarre connection between the number of 9s and the block length? How is it coming up? Are you able to see that?
Is it something to do with that in the divisibility test, something we did, because 1 will be the remainder always to 10 or 100 or 1000, I don't know. Because we will be taking the the blocks of 9 will always be the last number before the next place value. So anything connected with that, I don't know.
Sir, it may be number of prime factors of that 9, 99 like that.
Number of prime factors of, okay, number of prime factors of 9 is how much?
Only 3.
Only one is there.
Okay, okay, very interesting. For 99, what are the number of prime factors?
2. 11
Oh,
and
okay. Oh, wow, wow.
for 999.
Okay, we will see. We will see. We will see. Let's take 1 by 13. Okay, but let's take 13. Can anyone tell me the block length for 1 by 13?
1 by 13.
It's 6.
6.
Yeah.
Okay, so block length is 6. Okay, so what is the smallest sequence of 9s? It is a multiple of 13. Bhagesh ma'am, can you check that out?
For 13, sir.
Ah.
It will be same 6, right?
Yeah, so that is our guess, right? It is our conjecture. So, Bhagesh ma'am is saying it in a different way. She's saying, look at the sequence of 9s and count the number of its prime factors. That will be the length of the block, is what she's saying. So, if what she's saying is true, then it need not be 6.
But in this case, 6 it is, I mean, if you divide 9999 and 6 9s by 13, it is divisible.
Oh, it is divisible. Okay, fine, fine. But and no sequence of 9s
Before
of
that,
length less
I
than. Before that. Okay, so this is the smallest sequence of 9s. This is the number 9 sequence length. Okay, so Bhagesh conjecture is the number of prime factors of this would be the length of this. What are the prime factors of this? Clearly, 3 is a prime factor.
3,
So
13,
it is not
37,
11, 13,
37.
13. Wow. Saying that 37 is a prime factor of something needs a lot of skill. 37.
I didn't say I worked it out.
Then what else? Just do it now. 3 into
7, 7.
7.
Yeah.
Oh.
So 3 cubes, 7, 11, 13, 37.
Oh, 3 cube. Oh, what a beautiful number. 3 cube. That's all the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
3 cubes, 7, 11, 13, all nice primes. Nice looking primes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So by Shimon, there are 5 prime factors, distinct prime factors.
So there's one more observation. So the block size is always a factor of p minus 1.
What is P?
If p is the number we are taking, prime number we are taking, then the block size of 1 by p is always a factor of p minus 1.
Very nice, very nice.
Again, only observation, no proof.
Okay. Wow, that is a very interesting observation. Also,
Yeah.
what Gauranga is saying is the length of the block is always a multiple of n minus 1. We'll just call this n minus 1. So this is 2, 10, then 12 and 6. So this is a factor of 2, this is a factor of 10, this is a factor of 12, and yeah, that's all right. Okay. So why is all these things happening? Is there a way to analyze all these things? This one question, right? Okay, fine. So I'll just show you one thing now. I'll just show you one thing. And then we also have this cyclic numbers, right? Cyclic numbers, again, they're like 1 by 7. 1 by 7 leads to a cyclic number. 1 by 19 leads to a cyclic number. There's a lot of haphazardness there also, right? Okay, so I'll just start by just showing one thing. So now, let's just try to think about how we are getting this repeating block, basically. So basically, if one has to calculate what is 1 by 9 or 1 by 11, what do we do? Let's take 1 by 7. Okay, what do? We use the standard division algorithm. Right? And okay, let's just go into the division algorithm here. So maybe can we look into this division algorithm to analyze this further? Is one question. Okay. Okay. Just a moment. I'll be back. Okay. So just look into this division, right? And what is the length of the repeating block here? It is 6.
Only if it is less than 10, no? That is, first remainder will be 1 only if it is less than, n is less than 10.
Okay. Okay. Will you try for 11 also? Okay. I'll try for 11 also. I'll try for 11 right here. Again, it depends on how we write it. That is also true. How we write algorithm is also true. Okay, so now right. So now if you see at one point it starts repeating, right? It starts repeating at this point. So at this point, what is the final remainder?
No, I didn't get you. First remainder means you're asking for the first number in the block. Is that what you're asking?
No.
Okay.
I'm asking. So we keep getting different remainders, right? So we keep getting a remainder of 1, then that is yielding a remainder of 10, then that is yielding a remainder of 1, and then 1 is giving a remainder of 10, and so on, right? Right? So at what? So what is the remainder which often we get? We are sure that the quotient will start repeating. Now, the question that I'm asking is, when we are taking 1 by n, when we are doing the division process, right? So that we keep getting different remainders. No? First of all, why should 1 by n be recurring? So it is, if n is a prime, for example, if n is a prime number, it is non-terminating. That is clear, right? But why should it be recurring? Why can't you have non-recurring blocks? Okay, right. So now I'll just tell one more thing here. I'll just show one more thing here.
So every time the remainder comes to 1, it will start the new block.
Exactly, right. So every time the remainder comes to 1, it starts a new block. Exactly. So now we saw that 1 by 7 is a cyclic number. So 1 by 7 generates a cyclic number, right? So can you, for 1 by n, what should the block length be for n to be, for this to generate a cyclic number? Now, did we see any other cyclic number? Bhagishtha ma'am and Preeta ma'am, other than 142,857. So, were you there when we discussed cyclic numbers?
No, I was not there. I think maybe 1 by 13 also, if I remember. I'm not.
Okay, cyclic numbers 142,857. You take 142,857 and multiply it with 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, right? You will observe something happening. Can you just multiply and see?
Okay.
Okay. So now we have this calculation 1 by 7, right? We have this division here. So just looking at this, can we say what is 2 by 7? Just looking at this, can we say what is 2 by 7?
It is 142,857 into 2.
Oh, is it?
No. Wait.
No,
Yeah.
because, okay. Let us take this example. Let us take 1 by 3.
So that is into 2, right?
1 by 3 is 0.3 recurring, right? So is 2 by 3 0.6 recurring? Yes, it is, right? Bad example. By 6 is 0.16 recurring.
But it will be 1 by 7 into 2, right?
Yes, it is 1 by 7 into 2 only.
It is that same question I asked you regarding 1 by 9 into 9. And that difference.
I'll come back to this. Okay, so yeah, so 1 by 7 into 2 is of course 2 by 7, right? But looking at this division, is it possible to say what is its value?
Sorry? No, in this other question you asked, the same digits are being rearranged, right?
Exactly, right? Exactly.
So if you multiply by 2, 3, 4, the same 6 digits, they just keep getting rearranged in different
Till what? Till what point? Till into 5?
I will, okay. No, till 4.
Till 4.
Yeah.
Afterwards, it's breaking up.
Afterwards, it's breaking up, yes.
Can you check once again?
Okay. Sorry. I typed the wrong number. No. Okay. Oh, up to 7. Sorry.
At 7, what is happening?
You are getting that 6 9s because
again you're getting the 6 9s, right? So something is, there is some relation in all these things.
Right.
Okay, so now, yeah, so that is why this number is called cyclic number. And I say that 1 by 7 is generating a cyclic number. So I'd ask one more question. So when will 1 by n, for what, what should be the block length for 1 by n to generate a cyclic number? That is one question which I'd asked now. But there is another way of like looking at this 2 by 7. Now, if you are using the long division method to find 2 by 7, you would have like this. Okay? So now the first remainder is actually 2, right? So now if the first remainder is 2, then what will the next remainder be? Because we have this remainder chain here, right?
Yeah,
right?
641, 6451.
2, 6, 4, 5, 1. So this will be the remainder thing, okay? And the first quotient that we will have is after point we'll have 2, right? So this 2 is the same 2 here, isn't it?
Right. So
and
285714.
Right. Okay. So I'll just pause here. I can think further to see if we can make some more connections.
This 14, 28, 57. are also 14 into 2 is 28, but 28 into 2 is 56. I don't know if there is any relation between those, nothing like that. Because 56, 50, you have to give one less because then only the one will come back as a reminder. Yeah, I think, I don't know.
Nice interpretation. Okay, so now again looking at this division algorithm, can we try to create this connection between the block length and the sequence of nines?
So if 1
Sir,
by p gives block size m, then I'm trying, and 1 by p squared derives block size n, gives block size n. I'm trying to derive the relationship between n and n.
Okay. Oh, now it is clear. Yes, Bhagasha ma'am.
sir, you told 9992 divided by 13, no? To get divisible by 13.
Yes.
6 nines, they are divisible by 13. And after that, 10 nines. We
Oh,
get integer,
okay. 6 nines, and then the next sequence of nines is 10 nines.
10 nines.
Oh,
And the digits also go on repeating, sir. 769230. Again 769230. Like if we
this
go
is for
on
what? 1 by 13.
1 by 13 means 999 by 13.
Oh, 99999 by 13.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How many for any n can you find a sequence of nines which is multiple of en?
Exactly. But this is actually, it can't hold for any n, no? Because if n is 2, for example, if n is 2, no multiple of 2 will ever be a sequence of nines, right? In general, for any even numbers, all the even numbers are ruled out, right?
Yeah.
But apart from even
Maybe prime it is.
primes, right?
Yeah.
But that is very surprising, no? For any prime, I can always have a sequence of nines as a multiple is something. Can we look why that should be? So, Gaureka, can you like say it once again? So 1 by p
Yeah, so
divides 9 m.
so 1 by p has a block size m, and 1 by p squared has block size n. I'm trying to derive the relationship between m and n.
Okay. But then 1 by n has a block length m. You're assuming that sorry, 1 by p has block length m. You're assuming that p divides n or m times n, is it? You're starting from that thing, right?
I'm assuming p divides m times 9. I mean 9m times. Yeah.
Okay, so you're assuming this connection between the length of the block and the sequence of nines.
No, I already proved that.
Oh, you already proved that?
Yeah, I sent it.
Oh, can you say it again?
Yeah.
One thing in this, if you take these numbers 10, 30, 20, 60, 40, 50.
What numbers are this?
That is the remainder, whatever comes and you put 0 to that. If it is 2 by 7, it is starting at the closest, like 20, third number.
Exactly.
If it is 4 by 7, it is starting at 40. That is the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth number.
Yes. So can you explain
That
why?
is that cycle is starting at that point, wherever that number comes, if you take this block.
Yes.
So 6 by 7 is starting at the 8.
Yes.
At the fourth number where 60 is.
Yes.
So I don't know any. So it is all the numbers which will, before 70, all the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60 are coming. Anything to do with that? And
Can you find the next cyclic number
next.
after 7? After this 142857.
Okay. No, so I missed that. So cyclical number means this other rule also must be there, is it? That is the 2 by the 10 should have the same digits.
No.
Huh.
No. So cyclic number means so 14 the cyclic number.
Sorry.
Why 142857?
Huh.
The cyclic number.
Okay.
Why? Because when you multiply it with 1, with 2, with 3, with 4, with 5, with 6,
Huh.
the answer has the same digits but cyclically shifted.
Okay.
Now we're taking that as a separate number and multiplying it.
Okay. Understood. So now the next n for which this rule holds true, you are asking.
No, so yeah, this is like one question. This is just one question. If you are having any other thoughts on this or any other line of investigation, you can carry it forward. So again, so now we have like another parameter here. So the parameters which you are saying is, one is the sequence of nines. Then we have this block length. Then we have, so of course, first we have n, sequence of nines, block length, cyclic property, right? So these are, at least as far as I see, some major properties that we are observing, right? So the major parameters is under study. So the relationships between them is what we're looking at one by one. Okay, Gaureka, so we can generalize this for any number.
Yeah. So.
So does this require that 1 by p? Okay. Okay. There's a nice way of looking at it. Try to generalize this and send that also to me.
Okay. For the block size one, right?
No, so this thing.
Last one.
Yeah, the block size one.
All right.
Okay, I think next 1 by 17.
1 by 17, huh? What is the value? How many?
Very long. Huh?
What is the block length?
It is very long. 5, 8, 8, 2, 3, 5, 2, 9, 4, 1, 1, 7, 6, 4, 7. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. If you take 0.
Okay, so 16, right? Okay, block length is 16. So, if you remember one observation which Gauri ma'am made, that the block length is always a factor of n-1.
Yeah.
That is one observation she has made. And then here the block
so
length
is n-1 is 16. So,
so here, and the block length is 16 here.
Yeah.
Okay, so now can you just take this number and multiply? So
I multiplied by into 2 and 3. In my calculator, I'm getting some E and all. I don't know how to interpret all that. But
okay.
The numbers are repeating.
Numbers are repeating. Okay. Numbers are repeating. No? So now, is it possible to have a n for which?
Sir,
yes.
I am telling to ma'am. Ma'am, you touch that answer and scroll it left side. You will get the digits.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Wow. One mobile expert.
Not so much. Sir,
So,
I too done 1 by 17. So it is cyclic, but not continuously. After 10 digits, it is repeating, sir. 2 by 17 is 0.11764705. Again, it started from 0588 like that. And 3 by 17 is 0.176470588 like that.
okay.
It is
So-
not exactly cyclic, we are
So-
not getting.
What is the meaning of cyclic?
The same digits in cyclic order we should get. Is it?
The same digits in a different order. The cyclic shift.
Yeah, in cyclic order only. They are in cyclic order only, but not immediate digits they are getting.
Okay, wait, I'm not understanding. I'll just write down the values that you say. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yes, so what is 1 by 17? First, what is 1 by 17?
0.0588
Okay.
2352
Okay.
94.
Okay.
1
After that, I have not written.
117647.
11764.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
16 digits.
Okay. So now, what are you saying, ma'am? Bhagishri, ma'am?
2 by 17 starts from 1 1 there. 0.1176.
1, 1, 7, 6.
47
Huh?
0588 like that. It will continue.
Okay. So, what are you saying? This number is not cyclic, huh?
No, it is cyclic, but not starting the very next digit after 6 or 10.
Yes, correct, correct. So yeah.
There you got 10th, 11th digit. No?
Correct,
Not
correct.
17.
Correct.
From 11th digit, it is starting. Okay.
But still, these numbers are also called cyclic numbers only.
Yeah, cyclic, but order is little bit different, I think.
Okay, true. Okay, fine.
So is
And,
there any relation between that where it starts and the number? Is there nothing like
Where
that?
it starts and the number.
Like last time I had said in that.
There is a relationship actually. There's a relationship.
Okay.
So
Because
if
in
you-
that 142587 there is a relationship.
What's the relationship?
I had told that is depend the number in that when you divide and you get the remainders. The closest six starts where 60 comes like that.
So now, won't the same thing apply here also?
It should, I think.
Okay.
So that means if 2 must start closest where somewhere 20 must be coming as a reminder. I mean 2 must be coming as a reminder.
Exactly.
So like that. So wherever.
Exactly. So the corresponding digit will be starting.
Wherever, yeah.
Yeah. So if this is the case, then why are we finding this property with all the numbers 1 by n? Because anyway, the remainders are cycling, no? For any number n, the remainders will always cycle. It has some cycle, no? Then why aren't we finding this cyclic property for all the other numbers? Is my question making sense?
Sorry, no. You have to repeat.
We are finding this for prime numbers. So
Prime numbers, but okay.
greater than 7. greater than or equal to 7, I think. 11, it is not there cyclic.
Okay, so can we tell anything about this cyclic property and the block length? So can we connect this cyclic property, block length and n? Is there any connection between n? So block length, I'll just call it as n. Cyclic property, I'll just call it as Cp. Cp.
1 upon n prime.
So the block length will always be 1 less than n. Is that correct?
Okay, so if the block length is, if L is equal to n minus 1, if L is equal to n minus 1, then Cp holds.
Yeah, cyclic.
Is this what you're saying?
So yeah, because I think for 1 by 19 it is 18, the block length. I have to, I'll just tell you 1 second. Okay, anyway, n is the number, L is the length, is it? Okay, Cp is the cyclic.
Did you like modify that step by replacing 11 with the general number?
No, not yet.
Oh, fine. I'm just asking you. You can, like, so what question are you like working on now?
I'm trying to generalize that 1 by 11 thing.
Fine.
Yeah, 1 by 19 also it is cyclical, I think.
Wonderful. My 90 is also cyclical. Yeah, it is getting cyclic numbers. So one question is like, is there any pattern among all this?
So something has to be in the way the numbers are repeating, I think. Or no, in the list of the numbers, some pattern has to be there because
Which list of numbers?
The numbers which come as the remainders.
Yes. So the remainder, yeah. So this we'll call it a remainder cycle. So basically, for 1 by for 7, this is the remainder cycle. We have this 1, 3, 2, 6, 4, 5, and this is actually going back to 1. The remainder cycle for 7. If you see the remainder cycle for 11, it is 1, 10, 10 is going back to 1. For 3, if you see the remainder cycle for 3, what would the remainder say? The first remainder would be 1, and 1 is going to?
For what? Sorry?
For 3.
1.
The remainder cycle, the remainder cycles.
Again 1 only, right?
It is 1 only.
Yeah, so it's a self loop.
It is in a loop.
So this remainder will keep on occurring. Yeah, so the remainders seem to have, and
can you show the remainder for that 142857 if you can shift the screen a little?
Yes.
Yeah.
So these are the remainders for 7. Remainder cycle for 7.
2, 6, 5, 1.
So for a given number again, what are all the possible remainders it can have?
1 to 9.
1 to
1 to 9.
9. So
1 to n minus 1.
1 to n minus 1. If you see 1 by 11, right? So at this stage, you're having this remainder. You're having 10 as a remainder, right?
Okay.
And then we're putting an extra 0, and then that becomes 100.
Yeah.
Right. So we can have 2-digit remainders. Also, we can have.
Yeah, that is 1 less than the number. Sorry.
Correct. So 1 to n minus 1, and of course 0 is also there. But since we are considering 1 by n, where n does not divide a power of 10, where n is not form powers of 2 and 5. So this 0 will not get 0 as a remainder, because if you get 0 as a remainder, then it is a terminating case. So we'll just remove this. So other than 0, what are the possible remainders now? 1 to n minus 1 are all the possible remainders, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you consider the remainder cycle of this of n, each of the remainder must come somewhere, right? So for 7, if you see for 7, the possible remainders are 1 to 6.
Yeah.
And all the 1 to 6 comes in just one cycle itself.
Yeah.
Okay. Now if you see 3, 1 is looping to itself. Now what is the other remainder which is potential for 3?
Only one.
Can't you have 2 as a remainder when you're dividing by 3?
Yeah. To divide.
Let's suppose if you have 2 at 1, of course, if you're starting with 1 by 3, then we'll not get 2 at all. That is true.
Yeah.
True. But then if you're starting with 2 by 3,
Yeah. We'll get
then we'll have another remainder cycle, right?
1 and 2.
Yeah.
So again 2 is again looping itself.
Yeah.
So the remainders are occurring like this. For 11, if you see in its remainder cycle starting with 1, it is just 1. It's just 1, 10, and back to 1.
Yeah.
Right? What about other numbers? If you take 2, for example, if you take 2, what would be the next number here? Remainder?
0.
20.
Huh? Oh, 11. Okay.
Two. It starts from 2.
It starts from 2.
1 and 8,
9.
8 and
9.
9. Sorry, what am I saying?
9.
9.
Then after 9?
1.
2. Is it?
Sorry.
After 9, it's again going back to 2.
Yeah, 9 and 2. Correct.
So 2 and 9 is like is in a loop. 1 and 10 is in a loop, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at the remainders for a number n, they seem to again behave in some fashion. So Gauri ma'am's observation that the block length is always a factor of n minus 1. Is that and this somehow related? Is just another question. Okay, I'll show you. So I'll give you one more clue to see this connection between this block length and at least a sequence of 9s. I'll just give you one more clue. Gauri ma'am, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So now we'll just look at this division. So 1 divided by 7, we are having this, right? And the repeating starts. When does the repeating start? When you get back the remainder 1.
Back to 1. Yeah.
Right? Now my question is, okay, so we keep adding zeros at each stage, right? How many zeros have we added? 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now my question, instead of dividing 1 by 7, if I divided 1 followed by 6 zeros with 7, can you quickly tell me what would be the quotient and what would be the remainder? So we have 1 by 7 here, but instead of 1 by 7, I'm taking 1 followed by 6 zeros.
So the answer will be 142,857. And remainder probably 132,645.
Remainders cannot be greater than 7.
No. So 142,857 into 7. remainder will be 1, right? No.
How?
Okay, I will just work it out.
3,
How?
49, 1, 1.
How?
Remainder will be 1.
Remainder will be 1.
How?
If it is 7,
Because you will
7
get 7, you will get the 6 9s, no?
49.
You will get the 6 9s back. If you do
Okay.
1 4 2 8 5 7 into 7, you will get the 6 9s back.
Fine.
So
So by
remainder has to
actual
be 1.
fine. So by actual computation, we can see that it is 1. True.
Yeah.
But from this division, it is apparent. Can we immediately say what the remainder would be from this division? From this one, can we immediately say what the remainder would be here?
In this, what you are showing.
Yeah. So from this division,
Yeah.
can we immediately infer what would the remainder be here? Because computation, you have told that is true.
Okay.
So no, I'm trying to show you a new viewpoint to look at it.
Apart from zeros, there is 1. So remainder in this first step is 1. So we can say that.
Is it number of times 7 goes in 10? Or... No.
Let us actually carry forth the division process here. So we have 7 ones are 7. 3. This 0 comes down. 7 fours are 28. 2.
It is the repeating block is 6 digit, no?
Yes.
So if we put 6 zeros, again we will get the first remainder only.
Correct, right? Because if you look at this, if you look at the division process here and here, they're exactly same, except that you're having 1 followed by 6 zeros and you have 1.00000. That's all, right?
Yeah.
Rather than decimal, each step is same.
Yeah.
Right?
And after 5 or 6 digit, we are getting again same.
After 6 digits, you're getting remainder 1. Right?
Cyclic, no, it is. As it is cyclic, we get the same after 6 zeros. Because we are having a repeating block of 6 digits. 1 4 2 8 5 7.
Okay. So now we will take this case of 1 by 11. Take 1 by 11. Okay. So now we have this and then this repetition, right? Now instead of this, I have 1 0 here, another 0 here. If I consider this, right, what would the remainder be?
1 it is.
It is 1, right?
Repeating blocks contain 2 digits. So you put two zeros. It is cycling, no? So we are getting again the first remainder.
You're getting the first remainder, right? So now, are you able to see any connection between the sequence of 9s and the length of the repeating block? The number and the sequence of 9s, which is a multiple of the number. 3 and 9. For 11, it is 99. For 13, it is 999. Right? And the block length. Where we are comparing this now. That one. Yeah. So
for any cyclical number, the remainder has to be 1. No, because that same block length.
but for 1 by 3 also we stop at 1 only, no?
No, but that is not cyclical number, no? I'm saying for
okay, you're saying for all second number it will stop with 1. But what I say is for any 1 by n, which is non-terminating,
okay,
we'll stop with 1 only.
That is, the remainder will be okay. There.
Isn't it? For any 1 by n,
Yeah.
which is non-terminating,
Yeah.
what will be the final remainder that we will stop with? Will it be some other number? Will it be number? Can it be number other than 1? Because when do we stop? We stop when the quotient starts repeating, right?
Yeah.
The quotient will start repeating. When will the quotient start repeating? When the remainder start repeating.
Right.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So fine. So yeah. So now we are going into deeper and deeper waters. But of course, we have come up with you have come up with some very nice observations. Analysis of this, it's also difficult. But okay. So if you just have to summarize, right? The key parameters that we are dealing with. One is the number n. 1 by n. We are looking at 1 by n, right? So the number n itself. And then the sequence of nines, the smaller sequence of nines, which is a multiple of n. Okay, this is one more parameter. And then the block length of the repeating block. This is sorry?
Number of nines in the sequence of 9 and block length is same.
That is exactly what. Can we prove it? Why is it always happening? Will it always happen? What is the connection?
When it repeats when remainder comes 1 again. For 1 by n, the quotient go on repeating when we get the remainder 1 again, which we start from 1 already. Division process we start from 1 and it repeats when we start 1 again.
Right, correct. So that is while calculating 1 by n, fine. But then how can you conclude that the sequence of nines having so many, having length L will be a multiple of n from this? This is clear. What I told is clear that block length, you stop when you get 1 again.
Yeah.
And the number of remainders is the block length, fine. Right? But then how can you conclude that if you take the same number of nines, that's a multiple of n?
Multiple of n. Multiple of n.
So this is your observation. This is your observation, right? So I'm just like trying to give a hint of its proof. That's what I was trying to do now. So observation 1 is what it looks like is this sequence of nines. The length of nines is same as length of the repeating block. It seems so, right? But how is this repeating block and sequence of nines later? That is one thing. And yeah, Gauri ma'am made another observation that this length of the repeating block, let's call it L. The length of the repeating block always divides n minus 1. That is another observation which she has made. Okay. Yeah. So and then we have this cyclic property. Only certain n's have cyclic property, right? So what n's have cyclic property, and when cyclic property holds, what can you say about the block length, and what can you say about the sequence of nines, any connection? And then this powers of 1 by n, powers of 1 by n, I have never like thought in that direction at all so far. Only after you mentioned that pattern with 1 by n powers of 3, right? The length of the block for 1 by powers of 3. That's a very nice thing. And today, Gauri ma'am has added another very surprising thing that this holds for all the other primes, excepting 3 and 400. What's that other number?
87.
487. I've never seen something like this. I've never seen something like this. That's a very another interesting thing.
So I have a question on, can you go down where you wrote the observation length of 9999, that one? Yeah. So by following the general division algorithm, We have seen this.
Exactly.
That
Exactly. Right?
is,
So can you elaborate on this? Like, two sentences.
So that was that generic algorithm, division algorithm does not depend on the numbers, right? It is a general algorithm, and the fact that remainders will repeat, that we were able to show, isn't that enough? Like, isn't that proof?
Okay, so
I can't figure out what is the gap.
no. I mean, so we have this 1 by n. We keep doing this division, and
Yeah.
then we have something here, and then something repeating, and then we keep on going till we get 1 again. Right? So this is the length of the repeating block L.
Correct.
So now, how does this imply that n divides? Is the question, right? So now, can you repeat your argument again?
Me?
But if you have told that
Yeah.
it is that n minus 1 will be the length of the block.
I'm not told that.
No, we said I mean, it will be a fact. We observed, right? It will be a factor.
Yes.
So the number of reminders also has to be related to that, right? The number of times the reminder comes also should be somewhat related to that.
Correct.
To get 6 nines, you must get 6 reminders.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. We must get 6 reminders. Yes.
So then number of reminders also will be related to. It will also be a factor. Number of times you go through that.
Right. So also another parameter here is the size of the remainder loop. We'll just call it like that. Huh? The size of the remainder loop. So what do I mean by remainder loop? It is this 1, 3, 2, 6, 4, 5, 1. This is the remainder loop here. Yeah. For 11, it is 1, 10, and back. So these are all remainder loops, right? So is there any relationship between the size of the remainder loop and the length of the repeating block?
Yeah, the size of the remainder loop is the length of the repeating block.
Yeah,
it will be the same.
And another question that I had raised is, for cyclic property to hold, what is the connection between n and L, the length of the repeating block? This is another question. And yeah. Yeah, so Gaurav, you were saying something now. Can you repeat now? So you're asking for the gap, right?
Yeah.
So now I have the division algorithm here, 1 by n. I'm getting something and I'm getting stopping with 1. The question is, how does this imply that n divides sequence of L9? Can you repeat your argument again?
If we take, so 1 by n is equal to 10 to the power of L by 10 to the power of L times n. So we are multiplying numerator and denominator by the same, so there is no change. And then we can follow this up with the same manipulation that I had done for 11, right? So 10 to the power of L can be written as sequence of L9s plus 1. So it will be, and since n divides sequence of 9Ls, that will give the quotient. Plus again, it will become 1 by n.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, fine. This is one thing, right? But then,
is this sufficient or there's?
What do you think?
I feel it is sufficient.
And so actually, the thing is, this is you followed this algebraic approach, okay? But what I was trying to find out is, so when you divide in one with n, you get this, right?
Right.
With a repeating block L. Now, if you consider, if you divide 1 followed by L zeros, okay, and if you do the division process, okay,
Right.
what would the remainder be? Was my question, right? At one point.
Yeah. So that
So
will
what
be
would the
1.
remainder be?
1.
This is clear, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So if this remainder is 1, then it naturally implies that n divides.
Correct, correct. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically, yeah, there is things to be understood behind how this divisional algorithm is working in the first place, right? Like for multiplication, if you are multiplying two numbers, like 58 into 63, we go from units place to hundreds place, right? Upwards.
Right.
But for division, for some reason, we start from the highest place value, like this. We start from the highest place value and go the same, right? So why is this difference? Why? How is that divisional algorithm working in the first place? So I mean, an understanding is needed for us to like immediately say this. But your algebraic approach is like it is self-sufficient by itself to see this connection.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So before we leave, and since the topic has become a little more complex, I just wanted to introduce one small puzzle here for you also for you to think about this also. Okay. I think you must be aware of this. It's like a sort of a paradox. It has come in many movies also. So this is a paradox. So this is what the incident. So three friends go to a restaurant. So three friends go to a restaurant. Each of them have 10 rupees in their pocket. So they go and they eat, and some bill comes. Okay, the bill comes to be actually 27 rupees. The manager is seeing that these three are his regular customers. He gives 2 rupees discount to them. Okay? And so he gives a bill of 25 rupees to the waiter, and he asks the waiter to go and give the bill and take some money. So the waiter comes and gives this 25 rupees bill, and these three friends see, okay, 25 rupees can't be divided by 3. So what they do is each of them give, okay, so they say, okay, we will give you 27 rupees, okay, you can keep tips, the extra amount. And the waiter also takes it and he goes off. So now these friends, after the dinner, they're returning back home. And at that time, one of the friends stops and he says, we have been cheated by the manager. He says, so why, what happened? He says, now each of us have 1 rupee in our pocket. Yes, each of them have 1 rupee in pocket. That means we have spent 9 rupees each, and that is 27 for the food. And plus 2 rupees tips, 27 into 29. But initially we had 30 rupees. So where did that 1 rupee go? So are you familiar with this story?
Yeah, I have heard this.
This comes in many movies also.
Yeah.
So have you ever thought about this? Why, Sriman, did you understand what I tried to say?
Yeah. That 27 contains that 2 rupees, sir.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes. So
It is not separate from 27.
Exactly,
it is within that 27.
25 plus 2.
And 1 rupee they got back.
They got
So
it back.
3
So
rupees.
correct. Yeah.
27 plus 3 is 30.
Exactly.
It's only for others. It is for confusion.
Exactly. So here this words, right? So this money related, there are lots of interesting puzzles and story things. There is one more one interesting puzzle related to money. So there is this man who is walking in the road and he finds 100 rupees note for a loan. Okay,
How much, sir?
100 rupees note.
Okay.
So he picks the 100 rupees note and he's very happy. He goes to the grocery shop and he pays that money and he gets some things. So this grocery man, he uses this 100 rupees. He gives it to the milkman to buy milk. The same 100 rupee note the milkman uses, he gives it to the oil merchant and he gets oil. And the oil merchant uses that same 100 rupees note to buy furniture. And that furniture person uses that 100 rupees note to pay the doctor. And so on, it keeps on going. The same 100 rupees note is going. Okay. And at last, after a long cycle, the 100 rupees note comes back to this person itself, the man who found it.
Yeah.
And then the man, he realizes that the 100 rupees note is a fake note.
Yeah.
So the question is, what is the loss and profit of each of this person? The loop. That is the question. This is another puzzle, money-related puzzle. So you can think about it. We can discuss. Okay.